Hey guys, it's Jaden and welcome back. Today I am doing something different. I'm ranking Drag Race remixes. Um, yeah, why? Because I think that we have a lot of them, and some of them have been very iconic, and some of them have been very, wow, I can't believe they did that. And yeah, this is kind of where I'm at this point. I want to keep it going. I want to do something nice. I want to try something different. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. We're getting some more. We're gonna do some probably more ranking content, maybe some more reviews and everything like that going forward. But yeah, let's just get into the rank off. Um, so so essentially here I have basically I made this one like tier maker. I have been trying to figure out how to make tiers for a long time, but I finally did. I made this wonderful tier out of the 10 songs that we do have. Uh, yeah, I could have waited till Holland, but I was like, I don't really care enough to like wait, so I'm just gonna do it now. And we have like all of the classic songs, the Read You Wrote You. We have Super Queen, To the Moon, our epic. I can't think of the word, collaboration, for You Wear It Well. Like, they're all here, they're ready to go. Let's go. We're gonna start with the first one because I think that is just how we need to start it off. With the first one, I'm gonna go with Read You Wrote You. It's a winner. You're a winner, baby. You know why? Because it's iconic. It's the one that basically, launched the entire system. It's the Helen of Troy, the face that launched 1,000 ships. It truly is iconic. You have Alaska, you have Detox, you have Katya, you have Roxy, and they all have like these iconic verses. Detox, let me hit you with the slow verse. Like, you're like, oh my god. Like, you remember, like, hey girls, my name's Alaska. You remember, like, things like Yekaterina Petrovna, Zamilochikova, but your dad just calls me Katya. Like, iconic verses. And you cannot ever talk about Richie Roach without talking about Roxy, who I think her verse is just bad, but, like, we all think of it as, like, fun because it's a meme at this point. You know, and we just have to sit there and embrace it. We embrace Mystic and Juicy's wonderful meme. So that's why we're putting Read You Wrote You up there at Your Winner, baby. And I know I probably didn't go over basically the tiers, but as you can see, Your Winner, work, sure, meh, sashay, away, as in like get out. Like, why did this even happen? But after All Stars 2, we had Season 9, and we had Category Is. Category Is. I believe that one is this one. No, it's not. That's Super Queen. Category is this one. I'm gonna put. That's hard. I'm gonna put category is as work. Why? Because I think like it was a good follow up. It did not have the same amount of energy and like surprise and pizzazz as that first time. But you got Shea Coulee giving you iconicry, and she's really the only person like truly giving you lyricism. Everyone has very different things, but like you think of like Trinity's verse was like I'm more truth than real, or I'm more like see things like that, which is why I'm gonna put this on work because like it's good. It's just not like wow, oh my god, like just everyone has like notable performances in each of the songs, and that's just kind of like how it is if we're being honest. So now we're looking at our next one, which would have been All Stars 3, which would have been Kitty Girl. I'm going to be honest, Kitty Girl was well mixed, well produced, and really well funded. So it's a winner. And I know, wow, 3 already in the top. Here's why Kitty Girl goes up there. You have Shangela giving you iconic verses. You have Shangela doing iconic choreo. You have Kennedy out here doing iconic choreo. All of the All Stars 3 girls were there. You have Trixie, rhyming Tarantula and Shangela together. You have BB doing face, face, face in front of a sewing machine when you know she don't sew. So it's just like really just funny. But like overall, like I think the song was really well done. I think Kitty Girl is just one of the better of the tracks. Like, it's so good. Honestly, in some instances, I would prefer to listen to Kitty Girl than I would ever Read You Wrote You because it's just so, it's like they figured out what they were doing. Let's go, like, out the runway. It feels like Read You Wrote You was like that introduction that just happened to be like a great success. But like Kitty Girl was a true successor going forward. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying with it. Next, we have Season 10, which was American. here we go. I know. It's going meh for me. It's meh for me. You know why? Because you look back at that, you're like, the verses weren't like all there. The verses weren't like great. The lyricism wasn't like amazing. They weren't as long as they should have been. The song is kind of slow. They were just kind of like, whoa, 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 American. And I'm like, all right. I mean, Eureka, I mean, the only verse that I can even think of, like, remembering from that entire thing was Aquaria's verse where she says, bonjour, which that's, oh, and, stunning, something about being the bitch from New York City. Like, that's really the only iconic, like, verse that I could think of that's out of American. That's why it's meh. And I wish it could go higher, but it's not. It's just not on my list. But yeah, it was cute, but it wasn't like, it wasn't great. Our next up, we're going to go with, what was that? That was season 10. So our next is All Stars 4. All Stars 4, which would have been Super Queen. Super Queen was bad. We're just going to say it. We're just going to call it like it is. Super Queen was bad. It deserved to go away. Sashay, away. Here's why. It slowed down the entirety of the song. It basically put them in this whole, like, it's really focused on, like, the Queens' vocals, which is good because their lyrics and their verses were signed were pretty long, but it just wasn't good. Like, we're doing a ranking. We're doing a ranking, baby. This is not going above any of the others, so that's why it has to be at the bottom. Somebody has to be at the bottom. You know, you need a bottom and you need a top. That's just how it is. Like, you can't have, all tops, no bottoms. It just makes no sense. So, like, Sashay away, Miss Super Queen, like, it just wasn't it. I think here's also the other thing about Super Queen. Yes, they brought back the queens from prior past, such as Trixie and Chad and Alaska, but at the same time had them acting like background vocals with the cover band. I enjoyed that aspect of it, but then you had like Monet out here giving you the Dora Majid dances of a slow dance. You had Monique out here giving vocals, but like she looked mad. I don't know what happened on the set, but she looked mad in that video. And it just was so slowed down. It just didn't fit like the vibe that the whole entire series was giving. It just was a very big letdown, if we're being honest about Super Queen. Next up, after All Stars 4, there was season 11. Season 11 was Queens Everywhere. All right. I'm going to put Queens Everywhere on Shore. Why? Because when I think of Queens Everywhere, I think of Akira's Where is the Body? I love that meme. I love that. I think it is a great meme. I think that is like the most memeable aspect of that entire song. I think Akira did that. You have then Brooklyn out here, doing the most. I'm the queen of the North, darling, which, turns out she is. And, like, we're here for that. Then you had Silky rolling around, and, yeah. Then you had Miss Vanjie, which she had one of the best verses, but in terms of, like, the video itself, like, it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out in terms of the actual performance. It was, like, an okay song. I think, though, that Silky's lyrics were okay. They just weren't, like, epic. They weren't at Category Is level. They were not Kitty Girl level. They were not Reggie Rochu level. So that's why they're not going above. That's why it's like, sure. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just, you met the assignment. You did what was required of you on the syllabus. Miss Evie Oddly, I'm Evie Oddly and Oddly Enough. Like that's a bop in itself. I think, like, the epicness and the overall, like, grandiose production of it, I think that was fun, but like it doesn't hit like Category Is, in my opinion, because it just wasn't like, it just didn't hit it. It just didn't hit it for me. It just really didn't. I'm sorry about Queens Everywhere. Next up, we have To the Moon. Yikes. So I'm also gonna put To the Moon in the in the Sure category. Here's why. I think that Davina and the Vivian and Bag of Chips were given like amazing opportunities to really showcase vocals, and that's what they did. They showcased the hell out of their vocals, and I was here for all of that. But the bad part about for me was the random like salsa or merengue or I don't know what type of ballroom dancing section, like the dance section in the middle to make it like a party anthem. I don't know why that was even a thing. I just don't understand. That's why it's going in the share. I don't really have much else to say about this because that was kind of the only reason right there. I think that everyone was good. In terms, was it iconic? I just don't feel like any of the things were do I want to hold To the Moon in the same category as Queens Everywhere? Is it on the level of category is? But the salsa section could be seen as bad. You know what? Change my thought. I'm allowed to do it. It's going in work. It is going in work. Because, the salsa section in itself could have been like its own like iconic moment. Each of the girls really performed strongly when it came to vocals, so we didn't have to worry about that. Like, it was good. It was good. It wasn't like that left you with like, okay, sure. Like, it didn't give you that. It's like, okay, work. It is a work moment. So I'm going to give it a work moment. You know what? Changing my mind on the fly. Next up, we have the Las Vegas Medley. A lot of crap was happening in this. You can't tell me nothing. A lot of stuff was happening for this song. Also, I don't think I've listened back to this since, like, I've watched, like, the actual performance. But did they cut Sherry out of it? I don't know. Because, that would kind of mess up the narrative, wouldn't it? They were good, though. Looking back at it, they all had iconic vocals in itself. They all had good verses. They had long-ass verses. I don't know what was, like, not part of the Vegas show and what was actually, like, their verse entirely. But, like, because there were some instances, I think they had to, like, write them 2 parts. I'm not entirely sure on that. But, it floats my boat to put it as, like, it's iconic. It does have its iconic moments, though. But no one's screaming or clamoring to hear, like, the Las Vegas Medley. No, that's where it's going. It's going in sure. Like, it's okay. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just okay. It's there. It's just there. That's just it. And then we have Clap Back from All Stars 5. Clap Back is I already know where it is. It's very... Ooh, wait. Is it? Is it as bad as Super Queen? No. It's a meh for me. Here's why. They messed up by basically giving them only like 5 seconds to really have a verse. I think that also like some of them could have came a little bit harder with their verses. And maybe it was them trying to stretch their different talents. But I just don't think that... I think Clapback was an excellent opportunity. And the fact that like Bob had to outshine y'all... Like Bob outshined all of them on a song that he wasn't even on. The fact that people started making remixes of that. So it wasn't working for me. I think that, Juju did what she had to do. Shay did what she had to do. Ms. Cracker did what she had to do. Was there another one? No, that was just 3. It was just 3. Like, they did what they had to do at the end of the day, but, like, it wasn't like, oh, wow, this is so iconic. Like, it was good, but it wasn't like, it could have been better if they would have given them the opportunity to give them longer than, like, a 16 count. Like, give them at least, a 24 bars or at least 32 bars to actually, like, really live in the song and actually create a good moment. And it just wasn't there for me. It really wasn't. Last but not least, and we're caught up to basically Canada's Drag Race. I already know this is going. I've known this since the start. It's kind of why I ended up making this, just so I could let everyone know that you're a winner, baby. You Wear It Well was good. It was great. It just was. Priyanka really sold it for me off the chain, off the hook, off the cuff. That's the word I was looking for. Off the cuff, easily was giving me the best vocals to me. Well, not vocals, lyrics. She was giving me the best lyrics, right? She was kicking up a storm. She was moving out. Everything that Priyanka was doing in that performance was epic for me. I've fallen more in love with Rita Baga's vocals and her entire lyrics for the song, but it all gave them opportunity to really stretch out. It gave them long verses. Rita really did really well, actually. I didn't get it at first, but then it's half of it's in French, so of course I don't get all of it, but there's something about being French and bringing the crown back to Montreal, so I get it. I'm here for this. Now, I will say Scarlet Bobo, at first, she was my number 2 in a verse. I'm not saying it was no bad, no one's bad. No one has bad verses. It's just if we're ranking likeness, it's Priyanka Rita than Scarlet. It used to be Scarlet then Rita, but I had to, the more I listened to it, the more I liked Rita's verse more than Scarlet, because Scarlet just comes out of nowhere in a higher voice, and it just like throws me off just a little bit. And then the war paint on and I'm battle ready, and then she couldn't hit a note, like, I don't know. It just was so funny to me, but I do enjoy that. It was hilarious, and I do think that the other girls are giving like great reactions behind her, but I just, you know, it just was an iconic song as a whole. Honestly, let me know. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Make your own rank list. Let me know. I'll leave the link to this ranking in below. But yeah, this is what we're going with. This is what we're doing. This is how we're going to have to do it. And I don't know. I'm coming back with some content. I don't know what the hell I'm going to make next, but that's what today's video is. Thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate it. Talk to y'all later. Bye.